A mysterious video swept across the internet, a glowing comet moving like a living thing. Millions claimed it was the first close-up of 3I/ATLAS, our interstellar visitor. But when scientists traced the footage, the truth flipped everything. It wasn't from space at all. It came from a drop of water under a microscope. A comet? No, a cell. And it fooled the world. Let's dive right in. It all began with a few seconds of video, silent, haunting, and strangely hypnotic. A glowing blue shape drifted through the blackness of space, pulsing like it was alive. People stopped scrolling. They stared. The caption said it all. New 3I/ATLAS footage just dropped. Within hours, it was everywhere. Millions watched, shared, and speculated. Was this really the first ever close-up of an interstellar object crossing our solar system? The movement looked organic, almost intelligent, as if the comet itself were breathing. But the more experts watched, the stranger it felt. The footage was too smooth, too perfect. Real telescope recordings are never like that. They flicker with noise, scattered light, and star fields frozen in the background. This one floated in a void, untouched by physics. Something wasn't right. As the clip went viral, astronomers and fact-checkers began tracing its origin. Teams from LED Stories, Reuters, and even amateur astronomers on Reddit started comparing it against public databases from NASA, ESA, and NOIRLAB. Not a single telescope had ever captured anything like it. Then came the turning point. Someone noticed the way the object moved, the subtle rippling, the fluid waves, the almost cellular motion. That single observation changed everything. The mystery wasn't about space anymore. It was about life. To confirm the suspicion, the team consulted Professor Jack Gilbert, a microbiologist from the Scripps Institution of Oceanography. He didn't hesitate. "That's not a comet," he said. "That's a paramecium." And just like that, the illusion shattered. The so-called interstellar object that had captivated millions wasn't from deep space at all. It was from a droplet of water under a microscope. A single-celled organism, magnified, cropped, and color-shifted until it looked like a glowing wanderer among the stars. It was a perfect accident of scale, or perhaps a perfect reflection of how easily we're fooled when wonder meets the internet. What happened next was chaos. Some laughed, calling it the best science prank of the decade. Others refused to believe it, claiming it was all a cover-up, that scientists were hiding something. The debate spiraled, proof of how fragile truth becomes when mystery spreads faster than facts. But beneath all that noise, there was an even more profound irony. The real 3I/ATLAS, the actual interstellar visitor, didn't need any fake footage to be extraordinary. Discovered on July 1st, 2025, by the Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System in Hawaii, it became only the third confirmed interstellar object ever observed, after Oumuamua in 2017 and 2I/Borisov in 2019. Unlike typical comets, its path through space was hyperbolic, meaning it came from beyond the sun's gravity and would never return. It wasn't just visiting, it was passing through, a traveler from another star system, billions of years in the making. Spectroscopic data from the Gemini South Telescope and the European Southern Observatory revealed something even stranger. Its chemical makeup didn't match anything we'd seen before. Ratios of carbon monoxide to water ice were off the charts, hinting that 3I/ATLAS was born in a far colder, darker environment than our solar nebula ever was. It was, in every sense, alien. Not in the science fiction way, but in the most scientific one. And yet, instead of marveling at that, the world was obsessed with a fake video. A microscopic creature had stolen the spotlight from a cosmic messenger. Still, There's something poetic about it. The paramecium and the comet. One alive, one not, both moving through their own oceans, one of water, one of space. The patterns looked eerily similar because nature doesn't invent from scratch. It repeats. The same fluid dynamics that shape a microorganism's motion also govern the flow of plasma around a comet's tail. On every scale, the universe dances to the same rhythm. Maybe that's why the illusion was so powerful, because it touched something deeply human. We want to see life in everything. We want to believe that even the coldest corners of space might be alive somehow. And when an image fits that hope, our curiosity outruns our skepticism. But science doesn't work that way. Real discovery takes patience, precision, and verification. That's what separates curiosity from belief, and truth from noise. Organizations like NASA, ESA, and the Vera Rubin Observatory now make their raw data public precisely for this reason. So anyone, from students to enthusiasts, can trace every discovery back to its source. Transparency protects wonder. It keeps our imagination grounded in evidence. The viral video, in a strange way, did its job. It reminded the world just how easily beauty can deceive, and how critical it is to question before believing. Because real awe doesn't need filters or captions, it needs context. Meanwhile, far from all the headlines and hashtags, the real 3I/ATLAS continues its silent journey through the solar system. It's being tracked by some of the most advanced instruments on Earth, including NASA's SPHEREX mission, which will soon capture new spectral data that could confirm whether the object behaves more like a classic comet or a rocky interstellar fragment. Either outcome would reshape how we understand material born around other suns. And that's the part of this story that truly matters. Not the viral lie, but the quiet truth it overshadowed. The real 3I/ATLAS doesn't glow blue like a living cell, but it carries the chemistry of another world, drifting freely between the stars. So maybe, in a way, both stories are about life. One microscopic, one cosmic. Both driven by motion, both shaped by light, and both capable of reminding us how connected everything really is, from a droplet under a lens to a comet crossing infinity. Because at the end of the day, what we see isn't always what's real, but what's real is always far more incredible. So maybe that's the real message behind this entire story. Not everything extraordinary needs to be fake to amaze us. The viral clip fooled millions, but the truth it accidentally revealed is far more profound. The same patterns that shape life in a droplet of water echo through the vastness of space. Every discovery, microscopic or interstellar, reminds us how connected everything truly is. As 3I/ATLAS drifts silently beyond our reach, it carries a message older than Earth itself. Curiosity must never outrun truth. And that's what we stand for here, turning wonder into understanding and mystery into knowledge. If you found this story fascinating, drop a comment below. What do you think? Could patterns like this suggest something deeper about life in the universe? Hit like, share, and subscribe to Galactic Breaking News for more real stories from beyond the stars. The next mystery might already be out there, and we'll be the first to uncover it. When 3I/ATLAS vanished behind the sun, NASA thought it was just another comet passing through. But when it reappeared, its orbit had shifted by over 2 million kilometers, a move no natural object could make. The light changed, the data glitched, and even NASA's own logs couldn't explain it. Did 3I/ATLAS maneuver while hidden from Earth? Or did something help it? The answer shocked NASA scientists. Let's dive right in. When 3I/ATLAS vanished behind the sun, NASA expected nothing more than silence. Every object that drifts behind the solar glare disappears for a few days before reappearing on schedule. That's how the universe works, predictable, steady, and obedient to math. But this time, the silence wasn't ordinary. It was different. For nearly 5 days, no telescope on Earth detected a single trace of the interstellar object. No light, no heat, no echo. The space it occupied went completely dark, as if something had swallowed the signal itself. Then, when it finally returned, the data stunned NASA's analysts. 3I/ATLAS was no longer where it should have been. It had shifted sideways by more than 2 million kilometers. That wasn't drift. That was intent. Inside NASA's deep space network, confusion turned quickly into concern. Every attempt to explain the offset failed. The software wasn't wrong. The telescopes weren't misaligned. There was only one remaining explanation that fit the data. The object had moved, not because of gravity, but because of something else. For the first time, the word maneuver appeared in the mission logs. What made this so alarming was how subtle the movement was. A comet can erupt, vent, or tumble from asymmetric outgassing. But 3I/ATLAS moved smoothly, almost gracefully, without a single burst of debris. It didn't spin, it didn't flare, it steered, like a vessel correcting its own course. Spectrographic readings revealed something even stranger. Within its reflected light, researchers detected structured distortions, magnetic fields forming clean geometric boundaries, not the chaotic turbulence seen in normal comets. The object's light wasn't scattering randomly, it was being contained. When Chilean observatories enhanced the images, 3 distinct color layers appeared. A green outer halo, a blue middle ring, and a faint pink inner core. Instead of blending, each color held its boundary with precision, as if confined by invisible electromagnetic walls. That kind of organization doesn't exist in nature. It exists in design. As images spread quietly through private research networks, a few physicists started whispering the word engineered. Most dismissed it as overreach, until the brightness data came in. Despite releasing more material as it neared the sun, 3I/ATLAS grew dimmer, not brighter. The object was venting mass, but somehow reducing its visibility, almost like it didn't want to be seen. That was when NASA shut off the public